Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today, I want to go over MELD Studios, and I won't keep you too long. So MELD Studios has come out, and it's going to be a competitor with OBS Studios and Streamlabs. It's another broadcasting service that's going to let you stream and go live and be able to set up your scenes and your sources and get everything set up just like you would on OBS Studios. Now, of course, I know everybody sent me the video of Harris Heller saying that he was switching from OBS Studios to MELD. So of course, we have to check it out and see, is that realistic? Can we actually take everything that we do on OBS and bring it over to MELD Studio? No, we can't yet. It's coming. I know it is. And I'm going to explain to you why. At first glance, I set this up and I said, no, I can't do it. It doesn't have everything that I need to run my stream. And then I closed it out and I was like, I'm just not going to use MELD. I'm going to stick with OBS Studios until a couple days ago, I was on social media. I was on TikTok scrolling. I was like, whoa, hold on. Is that a MELD video? And I was like, what? And then I scrolled a little bit further. I was like, another MELD? I was like, yo, what are these guys creating content and stuff? Because I personally didn't know anything about MELD Studio until somebody had sent me this video from Harris Heller. Of course, I watched his video and I was like, this is pretty cool. I didn't really know the backstory or who's involved or what's going on with it, right? So I take a look at it, didn't like it, but then I start seeing them all over social media. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. So then I saw a post on Threads and somebody asked about MELD. So I just gave them my honest opinion and like, hey, it was missing this. And I didn't see this on there and I didn't see this. These are like a few key factors of things that I would use on a daily basis on my streams and while I'm recording for YouTube. And again, I didn't bash nobody. I'm not bad mouthing it or nothing. It was just a few things that I saw that I would need to use this full time if I were leaving OBS completely. And then they responded to both of our comments and just gave us like a little explanation. I was like, what? I was like, they responded to the comment. I was like, that's pretty cool. And then the next day I see a video on TikTok and I was like, that's pretty sweet. So then I commented on there. I was like, you know what? I was like, after seeing this, I was like, I feel like I got to give it a second shot. I feel like I have to at least give it a chance because you guys are like creating content and creating things for people to create content. So the potential of this is going to be through the roof. Like they're working with like the biggest of creators. They're working with Harris Heller. They're doing a bunch of cool stuff. And obviously this is pretty new. So they're not going to be able to get everything in here right away. But I basically wanted to make this video to show a few people that have asked about it, what it has, and what are the few things that it doesn't have for me. Again, this is my opinion. You might not use these features, so this would work just fine. So let's head over to MELD. I'm already talking too much and check out exactly what you get with it. So this is it. A lot less intimidating than OBS at first look, right? You're gonna look at this and go, oh, this is actually pretty simple. Like, what is there? Like, there's like 3 tabs. Like, okay, I like this. Whereas in OBS Studios, I feel like you open up OBS Studios for the first time and you go, what the heck is this? What are all these buttons? This is much cleaner, much simpler, and it's definitely easier to set up. So in MELD Studios, you have layers. Again, I'm not going to dive too deep into this. This is not a tutorial video on how to set up MELD. If you want a tutorial video on how to set up MELD, just leave a comment, just say, yo, I want to try MELD out. Can you show me how to do a couple things? Now, I'm going to go over what's available, but I'm not necessarily going to like show you how to set it up. So if you want a tutorial, we'll talk about that later. Basically, your layers are going to be your sources. So if you're familiar with Streamlabs or OBS, your sources are all of your components. That's going to be your audio, your video, your browser sources, your images, text boxes, all that kind of stuff is going to go in your layers. And then of course your scenes are what you're going to set up for each individual scene. So if you have a starting soon scene, you have a just chatting scene, they're going to go here. So we'll make a scene because there's actually kind of a cool feature. So let's just name this just chat, right? So we have a just chatting scene, we have a new scene, and right here, you'll see all the options for the layers. So they do allow you to add a video camera, display capture, media sources, images, browsers, text, markdown. So, everything that you're used to. You are going to be able to add everything in here that you'd be able to add in on OBS. So right there, perfect. Nothing's missing. That's all looking good. Now, as you will see, there is no audio. right? Because they added an audio mixer down at the bottom. So The first red flag that I had with that is that in OBS, I have my microphone set up so it's in an individual layer, right? So like in my starting soon screen, I do not have a microphone source, but in my just chatting scene, I do. So when I'm starting my stream, I don't have to worry about like if I'm talking or saying anything or, you know, talking to somebody in the background. I just don't have a microphone on that source, so I'll never be able to make that mistake. In this, your audio mixer seems to be global. So when you set up a mic down your audio mixer, it's going to be on all of your scenes, which for a lot of people, that's super convenient. You don't have to set up a new layer every single time you make another scene. You're just going to have a microphone and you're just going to have to mute it, and just remember to mute your mic when you're on scenes that you're not chatting. So that's not the end of the world for me. That's not going to keep me from using this. Now, the thing that would keep me from using this is I didn't see any docs. If you're familiar with docs, docs are going to be where you bring in your Twitch chat, where you bring in your Twitch activity, where you bring in your viewer, like where you can actually see how many people are in your stream, stuff like that. So no docs as of right now. Now, I could be giving you false information that there's no docs right now because I have yet to actually set up my streaming source. And I know with OBS, when you set up your streaming source, you actually unlock the docs, but I don't see a docs tab. So I'm just going off the safe assumption there are no docs yet. Again, I'm saying everything as yet because these guys are making content. These dudes have crazy setups. They're streaming. They know exactly what we're using. So I know that it's coming. That's why I wanted to make this video, just to give my opinion and just show where it is. And if there are things that they're not working on, hopefully they'll see this video and be like, yo, that's a great idea. Let me add that in there, because how cool would that be? And so the next thing that I would want to see, and hopefully we do see it because Harris Heller was a part of showcasing some of the features of MELD and made a video on it, that we get ADEM vertical to be able to come over to MELD, because that is probably my most used feature on OBS Studios, that I could probably never leave OBS Studios because it's so extremely helpful. It's probably the best free thing you could use on your stream. And no, I'm not sponsored or affiliated with them at all. I just use their stuff and it's amazing. So that would be two things, right? So we need docs and ADEM vertical, and like I said, not the end of the world, but you are going to have a global audio mixer. Now, let's take a look at the audio mixer, because for me, unfortunately, I'm still rocking a USB mic, so I do not have like a Go XLR. I don't have like an interface to adjust any types of, any types of the microphone before it comes into the computer. So for me, I have it set up in OBS. I have filters set up, an expander and all that kind of stuff. Whereas in this, you come down here, you can select a device. We'll make a device where you're not going to be able to hear anything. I'll put on like a headset mic that's not plugged in. And when you come over here, you have this plus sign and you get 3 filters, I guess you could call them. And you get gain, which when you watch the gain here, it allows you to, obviously pick up the gain or drop off the gain. Then you have magic mic, which there's no description on what magic mic is. It just says moderate level and allows you to go from low, moderate, and I think high and very high. So that makes me think it's some type of like AI automated like auto mic, which a noise gate and suppression like already built into it, kind of like some of the other apps have. Like the Elgato app has that now, and you can do that on like the Steel Series GG. You just like click a slider and it just automatically just corrects your mic to the best of its ability. So if that works, I'll make a separate video on setting up that mic specifically and seeing how that sounds and if it does actually work pretty good. And the last thing that they offer you is just a panner, which allows you to put your sound left to right and it just adjusts it that way. So there's not a lot of adjustment when it comes to the microphone. And again, for most people, if you're making your adjustments in like voice meter and you're using all that kind of stuff, then this isn't going to really apply to you. I think that I just really enjoy the way I got my microphone set up, and it would just take some time to get used to setting up my microphone in a different way. So not giving them any negatives there. It's just different. So it could be great when I check out Magic Mic. I might click on Magic Mic and be like, yo, what the heck? This sounds amazing. We'll get there though. I haven't set it up yet, but it's something I'm going to look at. So that would be how you set up your mixer, and then you won't have to set that up per scene. It's going to be across all your scenes. There is a mute toggle right there, which is excellent. And I'm going to assume that we're going to have some type of Stream Deck integration. So we do have a Stream Deck set up right here. I didn't see anything in the hotkeys, which you really wouldn't see anything. So when you go into preferences, you're going to get your pretty simple like menu. It's not like a lot of stuff you don't understand. Like it's very straightforward. And here's where you would add your output. So I would put my stream key in or log in and authorize through Twitch. And then I did see a plugins folder, but I don't see any of my plugins. And I'm curious if it's because I'm not in the actual MELD plugins folder. So I might have to copy over all my OBS plugins and put them in this folder, and they may work. Let me know, MELD. Do these plugins work yet, or is this plugin just for MELD Studio? Can I bring my OBS filters and stuff into this plugin section as long as I put it in this folder? That's going to be my assumption. Again, haven't tried it yet because I'm using OBS to record this video, so everything's still over in OBS. And again, I didn't dive too deep into that, but I do see they offer plugins, so you should be able to use the plugins that you find for a broadcast service here, unless they're specific to OBS, but I don't know that 100%, so I'm not going to give any more advice on that. And then you do have your audio here, which just allows you to pick your default audio device for your output. And then it does have options for virtual camera. So if you stream on TikTok and you already have virtual camera, you're going to be able to use it here as well. And then of course it has all the cool built-in transitions, which if you look at this menu here, you can see there's a ton of different transition settings. I have not dived into that yet either. And then of course, lastly, you get your hotkeys. And right here, the first thing that I noticed on this was that there's no toggle to mute. So in my head, I thought, even if we get Stream Deck integration, there's no hotkey to program a mute. But we'll get into that later. As of right now, it's super easy to set up. If you're just starting out, or you don't use a lot of features and you use like a pretty plain setup like I do for recording YouTube. Like right now for my YouTube scene, it's my camera, my microphone, and a hidden display capture for when I want to show my display while I'm recording videos. Now, the one thing that I use, even with that simple setup, is an OBS script called Zoom to Mouse, which allows me to zoom in on my display while I'm recording and zoom out and track my mouse. I'm assuming scripts, a lot of people don't use scripts on OBS because they usually don't work that great. And I'm going to assume that that's not on the priority list is to put scripts in here. So not the end of the world. If I need to use something where I want to zoom in and out, I can always record on OBS. And I don't use it that often while I'm live. So it's really just a recording feature that I like to use for tutorials to kind of zoom in on certain things that I'm clicking on. So if scripts aren't on the list, not the end of the world. I'm really not going to be too devastated about that. But yeah, the docks would be huge, and ATEM vertical would be awesome. And I won't comment too much on the audio because I haven't really messed with it yet. So if the audio doesn't work, maybe a little more advanced configurations for the audio would be cool. Docks, ATEM vertical. Other than that and the scripts, I think everything else is here. But not being able to see my Twitch chat and my activity, see my viewers and everything on this page would definitely be an inconvenience for me. So real quick, before I end it, if you are using this, I'll give you one little tutorial, right? So if you are using this, you're going to go over to your Twitch channel, you're going to go to your stream manager, and then you're going to see these right here. You got preview, activity feed, and chat, right? So if you wanted to, you can click these three buttons, hit pop out chat, and it's going to give you this source right here, right? So if you had custom docs, like for Kick, for instance, on OBS Studios, it's not integrated with OBS, but you can hit custom doc and you can highlight this, copy it over, and then create a custom doc, which is super cool. Now in this, since there's no dockable panels, what you can do is you can come over to MELD, and then you can open this up again, and then you could just sit this like right here, right? So there is a workaround. It's not the end of the world. If I wanted to stream tonight, I could set this up and I could be ready to go. but I just don't think I'm ready to make the switch yet. And not because it's not good. It just doesn't have everything. I'm just being ridiculous, right? I'm bougie. I need all these bougie settings, right? But for me, it's just a convenience thing. It's just like I look at my OBS, I see my chat, I see my activity feed, I see who's following me, I see how many people are watching, I see how long I've been live, which this probably has a live timer. That sounds ridiculous because I'm sure when you hit go live, it starts a timer. So, but yeah, other than that, I think that this is going to be the next big thing. That's all I got to say. This is going to be bigger than all the other broadcasting services with time. And I'm super excited because they said they're going to do an update every 2 weeks. Now, I don't know how often, or not, I shouldn't say how often. I don't know how long they'll do an update every 2 weeks. Like, I'm assuming at a certain point, they're not going to need to do an update every 2 weeks, but they may stick with that schedule. I'm not sure, but I'm super excited to see like what comes with each update and what things they've already worked on. How many things in this video did I mention that's already a part of the next update, right? So let's take a look. Let's stick around and check out what's to come. And as I see updates come in for MELD, I'm going to make videos and just be like, yo, this is an update that just came in. Yo, look, they added docs. This is what I was just talking about last week. So I'm definitely going to keep tabs on their updates. Definitely going to keep tabs on things that they're posting and give you guys any updates as stuff comes in. And then maybe one of these videos down the line here is going to say, you know what, dude? James and Michael also switched from OBS Studios to MELD Studios full-time, and I'll be sure to let you guys know about that. So I appreciate you sticking around. If you're still here, make sure that you like, follow, check out the page, check us out on social media, and enjoy this new channel that we're creating because we deleted all of our other stuff. And if you want to know about that, check out this video right here because I just deleted all of my channels and all of my following and all that stuff to create this brand and kind of bring a whole new atmosphere to the content that I was creating. So I appreciate you if you're here. Stick around. There's going to be a bunch more videos and we're going to do a bunch of tutorials. We're going to check out OBS. We're going to check out MELD and show you a bunch of other cool stuff. So if this video is for you, please subscribe and share this with one friend. All right. Is that corny? No, it's not corny. Of course it's not corny. Share this with one friend. Introduce them to me, right? Show your mom. I don't know. She might like it too. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Have a great night. See you later, guys.